Hey you! Do you like watching TV? Do you like shows with awesome action, stories, and characters? Well, I've got the show for you. But isn't that just a stupid kid's show? Ha! Try telling that to all these 5-star critic ratings then. In this video, I'm gonna give you 5 irrefutable reasons why you should watch one of the best shows ever created. It's only 3 seasons long. If we do some simple math, we see that the show only has 61 episodes, each of which is approximately 24 minutes long. Assuming that you skip the intro and credit scenes, we can subtract 2 minutes from each episode, which brings the episode length to just 22 minutes per episode. Multiplying the number of episodes by the episode length, the total series comes out to just 22 hours and 22 minutes of screen time. That's like less than a day, so you could probably be done watching the entire series in just a week's time. To put it in terms of my high school economics class, the marginal benefit of becoming enlightened by The Last Airbender greatly outweighs the marginal cost of the time it takes to watch the show. Okay, so maybe I don't really remember exactly how economics works, but the point still stands. It can't hurt to at least try watching the show. The most you'll ever lose is a day of your time, and we all know you wasted way more time watching other bad shows anyway. Moving on to irrefutable reason number 2 why you should watch Avatar: The Last Airbender. The characters are amazing. One of the most quintessential elements to making a great TV show is having great characters, and Avatar: The Last Airbender does not disappoint. I genuinely liked all of the main and reoccurring characters in the entire show. This is something I don't think I can say about any other TV show that I've ever watched. Now I know what you guys are all thinking. But Merrick, these characters are all kids in a kids show. How am I supposed to like kids being kids in a kids show if I'm not a kid? Well, I think that's a terrible and illogical reason to not watch the show. Just because the characters in a show are on the younger side doesn't mean that you can't watch the show. If you look at some of the most popular movies and TV shows, you'll see that kids are the main characters in a lot of them, and people of all ages still watch and enjoy them. You've got Harry Potter, It, Stranger Things, and Spider-Man, just to name a few, and for the older generation, I know you all enjoyed E.T., Goonies, and The Sound of Music, despite the movies being about kids. Anyway, the characters in The Last Airbender are some of the best characters ever written. Each of them has loads of depth and character development, so you can really sympathize with their point of view. Unlike a lot of other shows, The Last Airbender doesn't just settle for creating one-dimensional characters, and instead really tries to make you understand why the characters are the way they are. Alright, moving on to irrefutable reason number 3 why you should watch Avatar: The Last Airbender. The production and animation are fantastic. We know all you guys are lying when you say you want deep, meaningful characters, blah blah blah. In reality, all you guys really want are cool action scenes and hype moments. Well, don't worry, Avatar: The Last Airbender has got you covered. But before I can tell you about how awesome the fighting and cool stuff is, I gotta satisfy all the sophisticated viewers. The show has great production all around. From the animation and sound to the directing and voice acting, The Last Airbender is really top notch. The animation is all meticulously hand-drawn and gives the show a very artistic feel. The show is thus beautiful to watch despite being made over 10 years ago. The artwork and music also match perfectly with the setting of the movie and really brings the mythical world to life. And for those of you being stubborn and saying that you don't like watching animated shows, might I remind you that some of the greatest TV shows were animated as well. Now that all the boring stuff is out of the way, let's talk fighting and fun. The action scenes in Avatar: The Last Airbender are some of the most breathtaking moments ever. Traditional martial arts and superpowers are already cool on their own, but when you combine them together, they just become even more awesome. Just watching the show makes me want to learn martial arts myself in hopes that one day I'll be able to shoot fire out of my own hands. I don't want to spoil anything, but I can guarantee that you will get goosebumps watching some of the epic fight scenes that take place. Also, the music slaps. Moving on to irrefutable reason number 4 why you should watch Avatar: The Last Airbender. The story is perfection.
Redemption!
Okay, maybe not perfect, but it's pretty darn close. Okay, fine, the story is almost perfect, except for season 1. Admittedly, the show starts off a bit on the slow side, sort of like the writers hadn't entirely figured out what they wanted to do just yet, but by the end of season 1, the story really picks up the pace. I know cartoons can sometimes get the reputation of having a lack of continuity or just being a string of independent episodes rather than one large story, but The Last Airbender is not like that at all. I'd say about 80 to 90% of the episodes contribute to the overall series arc, so it's not like there's a bunch of useless episodes that you have to sit through. Plus, even the filler, character development episodes are very enjoyable to watch. Avatar: The Last Airbender truly has it all in its story. You want an epic adventure? It's got it. You want training and fighting progression? It's got it. You want a meaningful backstory and character growth? It's got it. You want an epic love story on top of all that? Well, it's definitely got that too. If you just give the show a chance, I guarantee you'll become immersed in the story yourself. And finally, irrefutable reason number 5 why you should watch Avatar: The Last Airbender. It has meaningful messages that will blow your mind. I'm not going to sit here and bore you with all the deep thematic messages in the show. If you're actually curious about that type of stuff, then there are already plenty of videos on YouTube that analyze every aspect of this amazing television show. All I'm gonna say is, Avatar: The Last Airbender can make you think about some pretty interesting stuff. But Domeric, how am I, a super mature teenager/adult, supposed to be interested in the thematic messages of a kid's show? Well, I think we could all stand to gain something from watching Avatar. I mean, it's not like we don't already enjoy Lion King, Toy Story, or Finding Nemo, despite them being made for kids as well. Just because there isn't a plethora of on-screen deaths or foul language doesn't mean that the show is not sophisticated. If you watch the show, I think you'll be surprised by the level of maturity and depth present in the characters and themes. I admit that you may have to sit through the occasional silly joke, but come on, it's not like adult movies don't have stupid jokes as well. Anyway, that's all I have for you today. I hope I convinced you to at least give the show a try. Thanks for watching, and more Avatar content to come. Bye.